Alright, safe. I'll start it,
Yeah.
and then I'll introduce you in, and then we'll just
Yeah, just go.
freestyle it.
Yeah.
Alright. Okay. I don't know where the camera is. Okay, that's the one. Alright. Welcome, guys, to another episode of Mic Drop. I hope you guys enjoyed the last episode. I'm Saanmuu. Actually, that one. Let me go again. Let me go again. Okay. Welcome back to another episode of Mic Drop. I'm your host, Saanmuu, and today we're back again with a special guest, someone who's played a big role in my career as a filmmaker. So again, limited for time, so we're going to go straight into the show. And I want to introduce today a special person, my brother, who's been part of my filmmaking career. And so today we're going to dive deep into untold stories about how we got here, things that we done. So without further ado, let me introduce you on Sarry, my brother, also known as Sarry. So how you doing, my bro?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. Thank you for having me on. Thank you for inviting me to this. And
No worries.
all the best for this amazing venture with yours. So looking forward to it, man.
No, sick, bro, sick. So this is the thing. So I think, again, like you would have probably seen the first episode. So today we're going to speak about, the introduction, how we basically got here. So obviously you've been part of my journey as a filmmaker. And I think with the first episode, right, we were going into, like, I brought on my boys and, them Benji, Lish and Barato, right? So we were talking about, like, how we got here as filmmakers, what we done to basically end up in the place that we have, right? But one thing I didn't do on the last show was speak about, what got us here. So, like, since a young age, how we got into doing films, where all of that triggered from. So I think today it will be important for me to tell the viewers and also, get your insight into it as well, like what we done. And so tell me about your journey. What inspired you to, get into this space from, working from a 9 to 5 and then, finding a passion for acting. So guys, Anna is the main lead in the last film that I directed, The Jungle, which we premiered at the BFI cinemas in London last September. So go on, bro. Like,
So like you said, man, I think it all starts from our childhood. Filmmaking cinema, films was basically part of what bonded us together as kids. You probably remember as well, but back in the day, we used to watch films on VHS, and especially Tamil films. Cinema wasn't really massive back then. We were kids as well. We'd wait 6 months for a film to come in the cinema and then get it on VHS. And then you'd have one VHS that you'd watch again and again as kids. And that was our way of spending time together. Like me, you, Sank, Jan. We're different age groups. Like you're obviously 3 years younger than me, but the one thing that brought us together was films. And all these Marcy films, like obviously I was a Rajinikanth fan, Ajit fan yourself. Everyone had their own, it was like, how people represent their footy teams here. Like for us, it was representing our actors, innit? And that's what I think bonded us. And as we grow older, I always felt like it's something we still hold on to today. Like first day, first show of films, we still make an effort to go together. That whole excitement, the atmosphere of a cinema, whistling, those things brought us together. And I think for us, it always was a hobby. Like I remember you used to pick up Dad's old Handycam or later on these Motorola phones that had videos on them, and we used to film each other trying to recreate scenes from a film we've just watched, trying to make up our own little drama, things like that. And we never really thought about it. I think that's why it made it fun. Like for us, it was time pass. Back then, social media wasn't a thing. Yeah. So these kind of activities is what really bonded us together. And for me, that changeover really happened. And you gassed me up by saying all this, like, he's an actor, all that. But bro, like, you're the youngest out of our brothers, but the way you brought us together and made that switch from a hobby to like a full-time thing is, I think, what kickstarted the filmmaking career. So I know we'll talk about it more, but for instance, like, yeah, we did The Jungle, released it last year in the BFI, but let's not forget it took 8 years, and that whole journey, watching you from in 2015 trying to make that first film and just attempting it again and again and again. And that's actually very inspiring from myself, watching someone like see failure but learning from it and constantly do it. So yeah, like the success is last year with the BFI, but it took us 8 years to get there, and I think we couldn't have got there without each other, and without that bond to constantly motivate each other and push each other to better.
Yeah, no, thank you, bro. Thank you for sharing that. Like, the other thing I was gonna ask is like, why do you think it's taken us 8 years? Because for other filmmakers out there as well, like, we're blessed to be in a space like this, especially within the Tamil community, where we've successfully released a film.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not out on any social platforms or whatnot, because currently it's doing the film festival round. So hopefully, once that comes back, we can give it a grand release or whatnot on online platforms. But my question is to you, because obviously you produced this film as well, and you've acted in it as well. And again, like you said, it took 4 attempts for us to complete this movie. And each time when we done it, like, I attempted this film in 2015, right?
Yep.
When we were kids, when we were like, I was 18, you were like 20, 21?
Yeah,
21.
Yeah.
And then, all the friends that came on board, we didn't have a proper team, and we still went ahead and done a film like that, right? So, like, what would you say to other filmmakers out there with the same sort of passion? Because I feel like filmmaking is a big thing now, especially in 2024. And it's been growing. I think since COVID hit, like, there's so many more people within that creative space.
Yeah.
So even now, like, when I put a story out saying that, I need people to get involved in our projects and whatnot, there's so many people getting involved. And compared to when it was about, I don't know, 8 years ago when we first attempted it, no one helped us.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
100%.
we tried, we reached out to people, and no one took, and I don't blame them, because filmmaking wasn't a big thing back then. Like, it was just basically pick up a camera, shoot some visuals, and then, get it out. Like, no one really focused on the production side of it. Visual production is such a big thing now. Like, artists rely on it, production, like anyone who wants to go and do something on a grand scale rely on visual production, because that's what's going to sell your project, right?
Yeah.
So why do you think, from your point of view, and what do you think has changed from that time, from 7 years ago to what it is now? Because it has pretty much taken us 7-8 years to release a film like this, and you've pretty much played that same character again and again throughout this whole period of time. And from your opinion, what do you think has been the positives of that, and what do you think you've learned out throughout that?
Yeah. So yeah, good point you make. 8 years it took us to do this one film. But I think we should also remember, we don't come from a film school background. Like, everything is self-taught, out of passion. We do this out of passion. And I think that 8 years, if you think about it, to learn a craft, so it takes some people 20 years. So the fact you've been able to do such a massive project like this in 8 years, I still consider fairly quick because you're a quick learner. But at the same time, I think it's also important to focus on the journey. And that's all. I think a lot of the time, people, when they get into something new, think about the end goal, the destination. For me, it's always been about the journey. This was our 4th attempt, and the 3 failures before that, I think, obviously it brought us like regret, and we felt bad about it. But the amount it taught us, I think, is next to none, and no amount of actual like revision studying will ever teach you that. So I think I made sure I enjoyed the journey. And that's why I always told you as well, every time something didn't work, I was like, what are we going to get out of this? How are we going to learn from this and make it better next time? And let's be honest, some of the ones, like the 3rd attempt, Raven, when we did that, you actually completed the project, but you're a perfectionist. So you saw the product that you made, and you were like, I remember you showing me, I was like, this is sick, man. Like, it's so sick. But you were so ahead of the game that you were like, nah, this ain't the standard I want, so I'm not putting this out. So, like, let's be honest, like, yes, failures, but they were actually completed projects. and I don't think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think I ever forced you to release that.
No.
Because for me it was like, look, you're the creative, it's your baby. So like everyone, not just me, I'm your brother, so I have to back it, but everyone who worked on that project just believed in you and trusted, because of that perfectionism that you had is why we're here. And so I think my life was easy, man, because for me, I can see pure talent in front of me. I can see the creativity that you're bringing across. So for me, in terms of, playing that character 4 times, I'll be honest, at one point I thought, yo, I think my guy's going to recast me. Because I was like, am I messing it up? Because I'll be honest, that was true, man. But you kept like going at it. And I remember for the jungle, you WhatsApp me, innit? You were like, one day it was just I knew you were 100% in. You messaged me going, yo, I'm doing this film. You're playing this character. We're filming this summer or whatever, and let's go. And that I read that, and I was like, I think I was at work. I read it, and I was like, you know what? Back it. Yeah, I'm down. Because sometimes like things might seem like a pipe dream. Yeah, like back then when you messaged me, I don't think it was. We didn't know how it was going to turn up, but it's just like you believe in the process. We've been through it for 8 years, man, and we keep doing it. And I'll be honest, even if this one didn't work out, if we didn't get this released, I'll be like, I'm pretty sure the week after you'd have messaged me going, yo, let's go again. And we would have carried on, keep going until it comes out.
No, 100%. 100%.
And finally, you say about the character playing Ravanan, and it was amazing, man. Like, I think you gave me the best possible character I could have asked for in terms of scope for acting. And part of me thinks it took me 8 years to actually get the character right, and it comes with maturity, in my opinion.
Fair enough now, because I was literally going to say, I was trying to get you to play like a 40-year-old character.
At 21.
Yeah, at 21, which doesn't make sense. And I think just touching on what you said as well, like it definitely comes with time, because, you know, we improve our craft. Like, think about it. We shot the first version of it on a handheld.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
we didn't even use a gimbal.
Exactly.
Big up Mr. Handa. He's the one who, you know, shot it. So Mr. Handa is a teacher of mine and my brother's, who basically believed in the vision when we were when we were so young, and he basically came on board to help us, you know, do this film. And imagine like what teacher would do that. Do you get what I'm saying? Like
exactly.
he trusted
said
the vision.
No one backed us back then. And for an adult to actually believe in you and do it, that's massive, bro. Like he came in with nothing. There was nothing to back you on it except just seeing your work and your ideas. So
no, 100%.
Legend for that.
No, 100%. So no, it's exactly right, bro. Like how you said, you know, it's taken this long, and I feel like that's important for people to know as well with any sort of production. Like when you've got gold in your hand, you shouldn't like just put it out for the sake of it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it's the same thing with like if I was to then apply that to like music videos, because obviously now we primarily work on that as well, right? So that's the thing. Like I think the space is getting bigger, where more budget is being pushed into music videos, and you know it's all about visual production and whatnot. So let's take mainstream for example, right? Look at the level they're operating at. Like I think our goal has been from, you know, the get-go is to show something that hasn't been done here, and a lot of filmmakers here are doing it, but it's just I feel like we can still do more, you know. So I
think that's the important thing. You need to keep pushing the boundaries, and that's what I love about you, because we did the jungle, and it'll be quite easy to just be like, oh yeah, that's calm, done, where we've reached what we wanted to and stop. But you're constantly innovating, constantly thinking of new ideas and pushing the scene. Like you said, man, there's new creatives in the thing, but there's enough space for everyone. And just encourage people to come in the scene and do their own talent, because there's an abundance of talent. It's just about supporting and moving it in the right way. And I think that's what, for me, I've learned in the last 8 years, is that maturity. I remember when we did it the first time, I wanted to make, both of us, we wanted to make Ravanan like cool. Like I wanted to make him like good looking, cool and stuff. And then with this one, I was just like, you know what? He's meant to be a bad character. Let's just go all out, make him be hated. So I think that's why it worked this time as well, because we didn't try too hard. We just
100%.
was raw with it.
No, 100%, because even we speak amongst ourselves, right? Like we speak to our brothers, like even Sidna and everything. Like I think the main thing with acting, right? Like I'm not trying to say that we're sick, we can do this and that, but like we put out credible stuff, you know, like I think the truth is, you know, when you get into acting, like obviously I can't be in front of a camera. I'm a director, so it's easier for me to say it. But with the whole side of acting is what we talked about is you need to just forget who you are when you're on screen, right? You just need to play that character. Once you've got that description of who you're playing on board, you shouldn't really give a shit about how you're being portrayed.
Exactly,
you know, the moment you start thinking, am I looking cool? Am I looking like this? The whole project's fucked because it's the same thing that we done on the first one. Because on the first one, we cared too much about how that character looked. Bro, we were making you wear sunglasses inside that inside a venue. Do you guys say like it makes no sense. Like, where's the logic side of it? You know, like why would a guy walk in with shades on? Like, let's be practical. We done that because we've seen so many Tamil films and we're like, oh, this guy looks cool wearing it, so let me do that. Do you guys saying? So I feel like now, when that maturity level hits, you kind of sit there and you think, okay, what does this character need? You know, what does the story need? What, like, it doesn't ride on one person.
Exactly.
The entire production needs to come together to make things work. So like that goes down to dialogues, music, you know, editing, like all of that. So we were blessed. We had like some of the best talents on board for the jungle. Like we had MJ Melodies on music. We had Saren doing the editing for the film. And DOP, we had Bauer and Benji. So both of them, I think the entire team smashed it. And obviously, it's a first attempt at it as well because we've never seen like, you know, a film being made in our space. I'm not saying this because we worked on the film, but I'm saying the truth of the matter is like, when do you really see a film coming out, right? And we took the first step to kind of initiate that, which obviously we're proud about. But at the same time, like the reason for doing something like that is to encourage more filmmakers to get involved.
Man. Exactly.
So. And you know, there's always a healthy competition. Like we always want to make sure other people come on board and do stuff like that. It's the same thing. Like if there wasn't people doing it, there would be no reason for us to go ahead and do any of this stuff. Do you get what I'm saying? So 100%. Like, I even said it on my last podcast. Like, if there wasn't a person like Benji, you know, pushing the visual game to the next level, we would, like, you know, we would think it's an easy game.
100%, man. A good point. When we first started Jungle, I don't think we thought about putting it in the BFI.
Yeah.
And then speaking of Benji, like he dropped that first BTS video.
Yeah.
I remember you sending it to me, and you were like, "Yo, the BTS video is
bro,
next level."
Yeah. At one point, I thought the BTS is going to be better than the actual film, and I was like, you know. Then I took it to Saren, and I was like, bro, like you got to outdo do him. And the thing is, it's healthy. We're not trying to compete with each. It's more in the sense we're trying to do it so we can better our own work, you know. So I think the industry needs more of that, where it's a healthy thing as opposed to, you know, people hating each other and becoming a bitter thing. Because you know, it's expected. You know, some people might take it in a way where it's like, oh, what's this guy doing, this and that. But I feel like it should be encouraged, but in a healthy manner.
100%. And like I said, man, there's enough space for everyone. And it's our community, man. We need to come in, encourage everyone to do it, and then the industry grows that whole. If the industry grows, we all grow together, innit?
100%. And also moving on, I also wanted to speak about what was it? So my mind's just gone blank. But I was going to speak about your journey as you know, what you've done. Obviously, we grew up together. We grew up in a close-knit family. With you know, we had all our uncles, aunts, and everyone, like
20 man in the house,
basically. So obviously from there, then, you know, we grew up in a council home, you know, basically from the ground up, and so from there, obviously now you've gone into a whole different lifestyle of corporate success, and you know, that's what it is, you know, like whereas you know, where me sitting the boys were still, you know, on the upcome. Like, you know, it's one of those things, right? When you go to school, because we went to a grammar school, and then, you know, the people around us, the community around us, Tamils in general, like they try to push you towards, you know, getting this, you need to get a career, you need to get a 9 to 5, etc., right? So from there, obviously, you took the route that they wanted you to take, right? And you went into that, and then now you find yourself within this creative space as well. So you've basically got best of both worlds. Whereas some of us, man, are still stuck in that one space where we're trying to, like, it's either this or that. So, like, I wanted to know, for a person who can kind of balance themselves between both those worlds, like how has it been for you, and what made you? Because even now, like when I speak to you, you're way more involved in this creative space. Even like when I told you, like we need to do a podcast just to speak on these things, you were able to make time like so quick, and you came on board, right? But majority of the time, when I do speak to other people, like they've got a 9 to 5, which occupies pretty much your entire day.
Yeah.
And then for them to be able to finish that and then come onto a podcast, it's going to be a difficult thing. So to be fair, like we planned this podcast like yesterday. I told him yesterday, and he came on board today. So it's that's what I wanted to see, like how you do it.
Like you said, man, we grew up from very humble beginnings, and I think for us it was being a first kid as well. It's you get told by what to do by your parents. There's no real framework. And it's been a journey where you don't have much choice. As in, for us, it was just like you need to, if you want to get out of the hood, you need to do what you need to do to get out. So in that sense, I think, I know you're gassing me up, but I think I literally had it easy in the sense that I only had one direction to go in. I remember, I still have it, like my phone case is like Eminem's line, which is "Success is my only mother option, failure is not." And that's the kind of mentality we all had growing up, and you lot still have. And like, let's be honest, man. Like you say, I got the best world. I see it the other way around. Like I see you guys as inspiration, because it takes guts to be able to do this full time and follow your passion. Like let's be honest, man. Each day is something new. You don't know what to expect.
No, for sure.
With a 9 to 5, at least you have stability. So I find you lot inspiring when you can do this full time. So it works both ways. And for me, it got to a stage where I know this is my passion. I love it. And like you said, you can call me at midnight and I'll turn up, because for me, it excites me. So I can do a 12-hour shoot with you, playing rather than get in the cold and not get bored at all. So for me, it's passion, and that's what drives it. The job, day-to-day job, it helps me with another avenue. I think you can have multiple interests, multiple avenue, and as long as it's making you happy, fulfilling you, and ultimately enabling you to follow your creative passions as well, I think it helps. Like you said, man, we couldn't fund our own projects because we were kids. I soon realized, if I work, earn the money, save, and then put it into a film, I can, and we can all grow as a whole. Remember the first big thing I saved up for when I got my job was a camera. It's mental.
Just for the viewers as well. So so if anyone's looking at us right now and the whole Saanmuu Films thing or whatever, that all came from that one camera, because basically he we back in the day we were making films and just shooting whatever, but we had to rent a camera, so we had to ask people that we knew. And like I said, our teacher who taught us, he was kind enough to give us a camera. I think back in the day was and Bauer was one of the first persons. So Bauer was my best mate. He was one of the first people to invest in a camera, which was a Canon 60D or something. And we're just shooting stuff on that. And then I realized, I've got this whole passion for photography. And whatever he was taking, I was looking at it and I was like, okay, this is pretty sick. So then when you got the job, when you pretty much made it out of the hood, and when you went forward with it, you were like, you want to invest in a camera and whatnot. And I think at the time I was like to you, let's get a Sony, right? I was like, get a Sony. And then you went and got the Canon 5D, which is an amazing camera. Like a lot of filmmakers would say it's a crazy camera, and you basically bought that camera out and just basically allowed me to shoot with it, right? Because you even till day, bro, you don't pretty much shoot. Like that camera's sitting at home and I'm using it, and from me using it now, all the boys use it. We use it on pretty much all our shoots. So like it's literally been passed down. So that's one of the things. It's like, we'll never sell that. Like
it's our baby. Bro.
Yeah. So from that, we were able to then invest into a laptop, a proper editing laptop, and then from that we grew our assets. So it all started with that one camera. Because bro, even my room, like I was able to. You used to be.
It's just my room.
So when we all lived together, Anna lived in the room that I live in right now, and back then it was mashed up. Now obviously I've transformed it because with the funding, etc. and whatnot. So that's what I'm saying. Like that one camera was able to do so much for us. Like it allowed me to change that whole room, and then go ahead, make more money to kind of reinvest into other things like equipments, lenses, whatnot, and even the film. Like that's the same thing, bro. Like if I'm completely honest, like I joined the 9 to 5 and I was working, and I was just basically saving up money so I can reinvest it into equipment because I knew this is what I wanted to do. Like I know a lot of people out there as well. Like for them, the 9 to 5 is not the thing that they want to do. But I feel like, especially within the Tamil community, it's such a frowned upon thing. Like, you know, people don't look at it and think it's a viable future, especially with our parents, bro. Even our own parents are like that, you know, like they look at it thinking it's a hobby, do it as a hobby, but don't do it as a full-time thing. So I think it took a lot of convincing, and especially the reason why I go back to Jungle is because that was the day I think they realized like what, you know, we can actually do with this, right? When you can bring a community together and show them that, you know, this is something, you know, you can push towards the future and loads of people would, you know, back you on it sort of thing. They turn around and think, okay, maybe, you know, let's give it a go. Yeah. And I think more people within our space, parents, everyone should, you know, encourage it for sure.
No, definitely, man. Exactly how you said it. I think Jungle, for me, I'm not just saying it because we worked on it, but like what you did is inspiring for me. Like as a brother, like often it's been the other way around. Like, or most of our life, like I'd tell you, certain do this, do that, do that. After the Jungle, bro, like we need to learn off you. You get me? Like that's what I mean. Like I couldn't be prouder as a brother for like how much you achieved. And the camera, again, bro, from my side, it's easy. Yeah? Like I just bought a camera because I was like, we have talent, we just need something to do it. You were the one who used, like, you can give someone a fishing rod, they need to go catch the fish, bro. And that's what you did. Like, use that camera and look, from one camera, look where we are with the film and what you managed to create. So I think that speaks volumes. And that's what you mean when a team comes together.
No, 100%.
Everyone brings in their own part. Like, without Benji's visuals, without Saran's editing, MJ's music, 100%. None of this could be possible. And again, coming back to the first point about maturity, maturity is accepting. I need to drop my ego, bring everyone together, which I think is what you do really well. You can bring people, talented people together, because I've seen people in the past where they want to be doing everything and like.
No, but that's the thing, right? It's spotting talent, bro. The moment you know that, you know, there's a person who can do something better than you, what's stopping you from bringing them on board? Yeah. You know, and that's what I think, you know, we've been good at, you know, spotting talent and being like, okay, we need this person on board because they're so talented, and you know, we tend to always get along with these people as well. So, and some of these people then become family, bro. So like, it's a blessing. And I know certain man are probably watching thinking they're probably gassing themselves up, but it's true, bro. We've built a community around us where we've, you know, we're sitting here and, you know, we've got so many people on board as part of our journey, and you know, they've taken us on their journey as well. Like the reason why I always speak about Sarry is because he opened up a whole different thing for me, you know, like with the whole music video space, right? And obviously, I want to nigga on. He was basically like to me, if I flop the first video, he will never get me on another one. But obviously, we're here, like 6 music videos down, we're here, and so obviously, I think we're doing the right thing. And obviously, we know what level he's, you know, at right now. So
he's a superstar, man.
Yeah. So it's just one of the things. Like I feel like even people like MC Sai and all of that. Like I mentioned this on the first podcast as well. Like, you know, we used to sit there watching their vlogs, and we used to sit there thinking, can we ever get into that space? And bro, I've spoken to you about how many times people have chatted shit to me and be like, oh, come work with me and I'll get you to, I'm not going to at anyone, but I'm saying like, you know how it is, right? They'll tell me like, let me come work with me and then I'll give you an opportunity to work with him. Bro, it got to a point where I was just like, let me show him my work. And if he's happy, he will get me on. And bro, it happened. Like, I've been blessed to work with him on 2 projects. He's a brother to me. You know, we work on so many different things. So it's just like, you know, don't let anyone fool you with that bullshit. Like, opportunity means nothing, bro. Like, and I think that's what a lot of people here needs to understand. Like, if you're truly talented, the opportunity will come itself. You know, like but that's the thing, bro. You just need to find, I think, like-minded people who are there to, push you, because it's not easy, bro. Like, it's not like we have the funding for it and whatnot, but it's important to kind of, see what's possible and just work with the people around us, to be fair, yeah.
Exactly. And just to add to that, I think one main thing that we should remember is that first thing when you pitched that jungle project to me, it was quality over quantity every
100%.
single day. Like, you can take 8 years to get to this stage, but quality always wins. Therefore, in order to put out good work, as long as you're putting out good work, your talent will speak for itself.
No, 100%.
So just keep putting out good work, and nothing can go wrong, man.
No, for sure. But again, we're at that point again at the end of the show. I know it's been short, bro. I could be chatting for time.
We can chat forever.
I can go on about more things. Yeah, bro. Just to close it off, the last thing I want to ask you is, what's your next plans as a producer? Like, forget the acting, because obviously I'm going to take care of that. But as a producer, obviously you've done Wildest with Sarry, you've done Jungle with me, and you've done Chinnapodian with Mr. Sache. So that's 3. Prediketten is our baby, bro. Like that was
meant to be our first one.
Yeah. So what's your plans? What do you intend to do?
So as a producer, Blue Beauty Productions, the purpose of it was to bring out the talent within our independent scene, and that's what we want to do. We want to work with artists in the independent scene, and grow a community in the UK in the independent scene. Why go out and try to get into Collywood and work for someone else when you can create a community here? Because we, like you said, man, there's so much talent. We just want to work with as many artists as possible and take it forward. And like I said, it's not about numbers, it's not about making it viral, not about that. It's more about, for me, the quality, because as long as it's timeless, that's what I'm looking for. And that's what we all look for. So honestly, we want to work with as many artists as possible, and just bring out the talent and encourage more talent. Because the reason why we started this is because we don't want people to be in a situation we were 8 years ago when we couldn't fund our projects, right?
Exactly.
So that's basically it. And that's very simply what Blue Beauty Productions is meant to be.
So for anyone out there who want to bring a project to you, what should they do next?
So the best thing to do is, if you go on Blue Beauty Productions Instagram page, there's an email link to it. Drop an email. I know there's a lot in there right now as well. I'm getting through as much as possible. Isha's getting through as much as possible. But I'm so sorry if it's delayed, but we will get back to you ASAP. But there's just so much right now.
Yeah, no, that's it. Yeah. Guys, it took me 8 years for him to produce my first film. So it might take you 8 years as well. But no, that's cool, bro. That's fine. But thank you once again for coming on the show. I really, really appreciate it. Hope you had a good time as well. And I know we're cutting short again. But if you guys do want to see him on another podcast, please do drop your comments. And please subscribe to the channel. I'll tag both our Instagrams. So please do follow up. Like, share. Hit the notification bar, and hope you guys had fun watching this. And also, do check out our sponsor for this video, Coffee India. Please do check them out. And yeah, lots of love, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll catch you on the next podcast.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, love, bro. Love. Thank you, guys. Thank you. That's it, bro. Till he comes. But how did you find it, man?
You're sick, man.
Yeah, it's quicker than you thought, innit?
No, it's sick, bro.
But
it flies, innit?
Time flies, honestly. We're done. Yeah.
Cheers.